So abiotic stress, anything
Yep.
environmental, weather. A lot of people think like cold soils could be abiotic stress. A lot of people think heat during something like tasseling or pollination or fruiting is a stress. A lot of people would look for a crop like potatoes, like, you know, an unsung hero of potato yield loss, or I guess unsung villain of potato yield loss, is high nighttime temperatures.
All right.
And what that has to do is bleeding off carbohydrates in the soil because you have these unseasonably high overnight temps. And the plants are just breathing and breathing and breathing. And it's like, if I go out and run a race, the last thing I want to do is getting a scalding hot shower.
Yeah.
Because when I get out of that shower, guess what? I'm still sweating.
Yeah.
I'm still sweating, and I don't want to sweat. Like, I need to like let my body cool down before I actually try to like get the sweat off myself, because then I'm like at an ambient temperature. Well, there are crops, especially tuber crops. Sugar beets is in this category. Sometimes onions get in this category, even though onions grow past a lot, and we grow them early in the state of Georgia to kind of avoid these things. But last week, it was March, and it was almost touching 90 in the state of Georgia. So we still have lots of potential for those things as we're looking at finishing off a crop. So to answer your question on abiotic stress, every crop stage has a different kind of trigger, and sometimes there are multiple triggers. A lot of times you can have a specific weapon to target maybe one of those, or you can have a more generalized weapon to target a broad group of those.
So what are some of the weapons that are in your arsenal for combating abiotic stress, is particularly around the conversation we're having with different products or different approaches? So you have like cultural practices you can do, and then you have the applications of products. So you can buy something and apply something, or you can do something. Kind of walk me through for abiotic stress what your approach is.
Yeah, so on the buy something approach, I always look for, I mentioned inherent properties earlier. You know, if I have a seaweed material that grows in a tidal range of 40 feet that are different, you know, think about this. You know, we're standing right here in the middle of an orchard that has pecan trees on it. Pecans, excuse me. And pecan, you know, this tree is, you know, it's probably 30 feet right now. Well, there's tidal ranges around the world in Canada and France that those tidal ranges are higher than this pecan tree that we're standing underneath.
Yeah.
And so if I'm a plant growing somewhere in the difference of the height between me and you, and I have to endure the salinity of the ocean, I have to endure all these things, I probably have some pretty awesome stuff inside of me to make myself be able to withstand that.